Yo, if you want to buy one of our Dark Side t-shirts, just leave your email in the comments below. Yo, it's Mr. Truth and I'm spitting some truth. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? I'm back with another video. So do not allow your 9 to 5 job to stop you from doing what you need to do. All right? Now, what I mean is you can't allow your 9 to 5 job to overtake your whole life. But here's the thing. A lot of people find it hard to think outside of the 9 to 5. So you're at your 9 to 5 job, you're working 5 days a week, you probably got your weekend off, right? Saturday, Sunday. You're so exhausted from your 9 to 5 that when you come home from work and you have the time, the few hours that you have until the next day for your work, your work day, you're so exhausted. So you don't have time to think because you're in this rat race. Again, you come home from work. Let's say you finish work at 5. Let's just say you've got an hour commute. Some people maybe 30 minutes commute. Some people, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Okay. So when you get home, you're tired. You don't want to be thinking about anything else. You just want to chill, relax, maybe watch some TV, YouTube, Netflix. You see? So your brain's on chill mode because it's that you need that dopamine. That dopamine. So because you've been at work all day, and you're working and you're thinking, you're thinking regarding your job, when you come home, you don't want to be thinking about anything else, not even about your own side business or side hustles or any ideas you've got. You don't have the time to think. Well, you do, but because the hours that you put in at your job, it kind of drains you. So it drains your ability to think outside of work, even the weekends. I even suffer from it myself. I'm not even gonna lie. So even like today, right? I went to work, finished at 4. I went to the gym and come back home. Okay. So I'm not allowing the 9 to 5 to affect my routine. Okay. It's a lot harder because I was tempted to come home and just relax on the bed and chill. You want to get out of that phase, right? You need to be strong minded. Okay. Strong minded. Okay. If you've got goals and you've got plans outside of your 9 to 5, attempt it. It doesn't. So look, me, for example, I go to my job, what, 8 to 4. So I'm at the house by 7, yeah? I'm at work by 8. Okay? So in those 8 to 4, I'm thinking about work, my job, because I'm doing stuff at my job. So I ain't got time to think about anything else, right? Because my mind is on the job, which is normal for a lot of you. Your mind is going to be on the job. Now, when you leave work, this is when you want to be thinking about what you're going to be building. Then you have the time to think when you travel. Maybe jot some ideas down. When you come home, jot some ideas down. Then you have the time to think. What a lot of you probably do is come home from work, when you get to your yard, you put on some Netflix and you just zone out. That's a trap. You don't want to zone out. You want to zone into your own stuff. So for example, look, I went to the gym. I worked on my back, yeah? Come home, now I'm making a video, okay? And I record in batches, okay? So I don't film 1 day a week. I don't do that. I used to do that from time, yeah? I used to film on was it 2-3 videos a week, maybe? So I'd film, sometimes I might film on a Wednesday and then upload, film on a Saturday and upload. No, I don't do it like that. No. I record in batches. So I have a batch of videos right now sitting in my phone that has not been uploaded yet. So I keep a batch. So I will record 10, maybe a batch in a week. And then when I'm ready, I just release them 3 days in between each other, after each other. So, do you get what I'm saying? So I record in the batch to make it easier for myself. So I'm not pressured to film on that day, Saturday. So I've gotten a bit smarter on how I record. So do you want to give yourself time when you come home from work, right? Okay, cool. Let's say you are going to really zone out, whatever, you're tired. Set aside an hour a day. Try to do that at least an hour a day to work on something, just an hour, and then you increase it over time. An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. You know, I heard something what JY said, and it's true. Your what you do between your 5 to 9 determines your success. Well, I say is what you do between your 6 to 10 p.m. determines your success, which is true. So even if you don't work weekends, which if you work a 9 to 5 job, an office job, let's just say you've got your weekends off, then you should be using your weekends to work on something else. Now, if your job is not a 9 to 5, and let's just say you work shifts, whatever days off you have during the week, then you should use those days. If you're a night shift worker, then you should use your days. Give you a good example. Look at Topical Juice. The guy works 14 hours a day. I remember he said something, he worked at night shift and all this stuff, and he's still pumping out YouTube content. The guy's a G, man. I have to respect him for that. He's a real G. So he obviously well, I'm sure he works in the warehouse or something. He works so many hours and he's still able to produce content. And that's just the mindset that he's got. Do you get what I'm saying? So he finds time. So let's say you work a night shift job. You come home. Let's say, I don't know, how many hours? What? Let's say you work from, I don't know, midnight to 9 a.m. Cool. And obviously you got your next shift. Come home, right? You sleep, yeah? You sleep. Let's say you sleep for a few hours, yeah? 5, 6 hours. Wake up. Then you be building during that time and before you go to work for your next shift. That's what you want to do. You don't want to allow the 9 to 5 job to stop you from doing what you need to do, because it's a nasty trap, the 9 to 5, where you don't do anything else apart from your 9 to 5 and come home and sleep. It's a vicious cycle. So you want to be building something. That's what you want to be doing. That's what I'm doing. All right. So I'm out.